Okay, greetings to all. Today is the day that you raise your vibrations, raise that frequency, put things into action, meaning that we know this much. We know thoughts are things. Everything that you see around you was once a thought in someone's mind. And what they did, they focused on it and brought it into fruition. Okay? Like the house that you live in, the car that you drive, the food that you eat, everything is all comes from thoughts, the power of thought. And the thing is, in raising your energy, raising that vibration, raising that frequency, you will see things from a whole new perspective as long as you keep that height. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. Have any of you ever bought a new car or even a used car? It doesn't really matter which. And when you buy that car, you feel good the way that car looks, the way that car smells, the color, everything. But what do you see during the time you start driving that car? You start seeing other cars of the make and model that you drive. Let's say if it's a Toyota. What happens? You look around and you go to a parking space at the mall or a shopping center, and what happens? Right in front of you may be another Toyota, or one may be just pulling up. Now, what's going on? Why is it that all of a sudden you are aware of all of the Toyotas that are out there when you've never seen them before? It's because you have raised your frequency. You have raised that vibration. So now that you are in tune with that particular vehicle, you now are aware of the fact that they all are out there, that you've never seen them before, but now you see them on the regular. And the more you get involved with that car and the more you feel it, you become more aware of it. And that frequency takes you to a whole nother level, and you start to see things from a different perspective. You have a different point of view of things, and that comes through that raising of that vibration, that feeling that you have and that you get whenever something like that happens. You are now in another frequency. You are in another level. You are in another place of state of mind, and that can happen to you on the regular. And that's when you start to bring those thoughts into fruition. That's when you start to realize that you have the power and the ability to create. And what does this for you? Anything that brings you joy, happiness, makes you feel good, whether it's music. You may put on some music that you like, and you start to tapping your foot and patting your hands, and you may get up and start dancing. All that is part of raising that frequency, bringing in that joy, that happiness, that love, all of those feelings. And when you start to do that on the regular, what you're going to notice is that things in your life will change. Now, I'm going to tell you something. There's somebody on Instagram that was someone I follow, and I could say she's a pretty good friend. Her name is Melanie B, Melanin, Melanin Bee. Also under the name of Holistically Hilarious. Look her up. She spreads a lot of joy, happiness, love. This sister is always on the point of making people laugh, make people smile, feel good. And you know about that? One thing about the power of laughter and the joy. I read a story many years ago where this guy who was told by his doctors had a serious case of cancer, and they gave him 2 months to live. And they said, well, go, get your life in order because after 2 months, you're not going to be here. So what did he do? He went to, and this is going back way back when he went to the store and he bought a lot of old videos of comedies, videos of shows that were funny. And he went into a hotel and he put those videos into the VCR player. And for 2 weeks, all he watched was videos, and he was up there laughing, feeling good, having a good time. And he went back to the doctor after 2 weeks for the examination, and the doctors couldn't find no more cancer. And they were baffled. They said, well, what did you do? He said joy, laughter. And what you will find is that your body is its own chemistry set, so to speak. Whereas he produced something in his body through laughter called interleukin 2. And that's been known by the body to fight off any type of like cancer. I'm not saying it's a cure, but I'm saying it works on cancer cells. Also, he stayed away from processed foods. He stayed away from sweets, sugars, because sugars feed cancer cells. You follow? So, but through the joy and raising that vibration and getting that frequency and doing those things, this cat went out there and he defeated cancer by way of being joyful, being happy. Like Dionne Warwick says, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. Love was just one thing that there's just too little of. And when you start to spread that joy, when you start to raise that frequency and that vibration, you are going to tap into things that you never thought that you could. You will begin to accomplish things. Whenever you have that feeling, that good feeling, and you start to think, you can create and bring things into existence. I'm going to give you another tip for those of you out there. Okay, this is for you adults. If you're having a good time with somebody, we'll say, and at that moment that you are experiencing that ultimate, what you do at that moment, I'm serious about this, think of things that you want to happen or you want to bring into existence. Because what you are doing, you are putting out to the universe by way of that special feeling that you're having, that you're releasing this energy and you're feeling at such a high, and you can't never be mad when you're doing it, nothing but joy and oh my goodness. And you and your partner, and you focus on things that you want to bring into existence, that's another way of doing it. Even if you're by yourself, and I'll leave that alone, you can figure that out at another time. But yes, now is the time that you bring things into existence. Get away from the negative ideas, from the negative people. When someone comes to you and says, hey, did you hear what happened to so-and-so? And first thing you say to them, if it's not something good, if it's not something that's going to make me happy, if it's not something that's true, don't tell me. Because I don't want to hear that negative bullshit. It's like when you turn on the television and you turn on the news, and the first 15 minutes of the news, all you hear about is people who got shot, who got hit by cars, about fires, all these negatives. And those things are putting into your subconscious those negative thoughts. And you don't realize it at the time, but they stay with you. And that helps to bring you down. So when you get up in the morning and you start your day, remember I told you another video, you get up in the morning and you go outside and stand on the grass. If not, stand outside in your shoes if you don't have grass, and bring in, we love. And you bring in joy, and you bring in happiness, and you bring in abundance. You do that over and over and every day. And the more you do that, the more you're going to see your life change, and your health will change, your thoughts will change, everything about you will change. But you have to start getting into the mindset of releasing those negative people, those negative thoughts, negative ideas. And it's time for you to come together with like-minded people to bring things of a positive nature, of a positive energy into existence. That's what you want to do. Raise up that frequency, raise that vibration, and you can do it. And you all have done it from time to time. And when you do that, you manifest things. If you say, I'm going to go to the store and get something to eat, you're manifesting that. If you go and say, I'm going to do something, and you go do it, you're manifesting that. But when you have a thought or an idea and you don't act on it, it's not going to happen. You're not going to manifest a damn thing because you're not putting it into action. Action makes things happen. And you have that ability, you have that power to do these things. And don't sit there and think about something and then not act on it, because when someone else has the same thought and they act on it and you see it, you say, I was thinking about doing that. Yes, so were they, but they acted on it, whereas you didn't. You see? So, till the next time, again, I'm telling you all, pay attention to the things that's going on around the planet. Pay attention to the food. And what happened, here's something just to show you how they manipulate you, right? A few weeks back, it was what? Monkeypox. What happened to monkeypox? Okay? What happened to it? What happened to the COVID? You don't hear about it. What happened to all these different things? Now they've got you caught up in these election bullshit. Every week, something's different going to come, something different's going to change, and you're not going to be able to keep up with this shit after a while. But pay attention to the world situation, pay attention to the weather, pay attention to the food, pay attention to the stores that are going to be closing, pay attention to health is important, pay attention to the water that you drink, all these, and stay away from processed foods at all costs. So until next time, if anything here I said is helpful, beneficial, then I ask that you please donate to PayPal, jaes123 at yahoo.com, or Cash App, $jaes124. I appreciate anything that you send as far as a love gift, big or small, it matters not. I appreciate it, and we're going to come on with some more things for you, and we're going to go into how you can increase your psychic abilities. Things I'm going to give you some pointers on what you can do to help enhance your psychic ability, because a lot of you out there are very intuitive. A lot of you have abilities that you're sleeping on and you're not acting upon them. And we're going to get into that, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to help you to develop some of these abilities in the future. So until next time, I wish you all peace, love, namaste.